What's up, everybody? This is the Dear PlayStation blog team coming to you live. Not really live. Of course, that's the joke. But we are coming to you live,
Was
aka
live at one point.
on Wednesday, every Wednesday, or every Thursday. Well, every Thursday, really. Every Thursday podcast. Every Friday on the video format through your favorite service, aka YouTube or iTunes or SoundCloud. But this is the Dear PlayStation blog team with episode number 2. And we have a great show for you today. So we hope you're excited. Basically, this is episode number 2. So basically, we want to go through the same intros. Sorry for laughing. Our women are here in the background just dying right now, but that's okay. It's all part of the show.
We're getting the you guys are huge freaking nerds look right now. That's what we're getting.
I warned them. I did warn them. I was like, we turn into kind of different people when we do the podcast, but it's okay. So anyway,
well, I'm at least married to mine already. Yours can still choose.
What's up? Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. So anyway, we're coming to you with episode 2. We have a good show for you guys today. We'll be talking about a lot about the new releases today. We're talking about some news that's kind of in the PlayStation world right now. And of course, we'll be talking about more about our favorite game at the moment, Destiny. More Destiny talk for you. First of all, we want to introduce ourselves again. I'm John. Part of the Dear PlayStation blog team. You can follow me at John Perez A, Twitter.com or Twitter. And Twitter. If you're new, please check out episode 1. It's on YouTube and SoundCloud, and our blog, which is dearplaystationblog.wordpress.com. If that doesn't sound familiar, we actually just changed our website again,
and we'll probably change it one more time.
We'll see. I hope this is our final one, but it should be our final one because with the domain name and everything.
Yeah, we'll get a domain name that'll finalize it.
So we're really sorry for changing it, but we decided as a team that WordPress, we think that WordPress is better for our future, and just better overall because it gives us what we need.
Yeah.
Especially because Wix is a great website. Don't get me wrong, but I think it was limited in a lot of areas where WordPress really just took off for us.
Absolutely.
So anyway, like I said, I'm John.
I'm Chris. You can catch me at The Woady Man. That's THEWHOADYMAN. On Twitter, YouTube. I'm still kind of getting used to that because I had to recreate all those channels and everything. So bear with me when we're trying to figure all that stuff out. We've got streams going, YouTube. We have our blog, like we pointed out, and everything, and Twitter and all that. So we're trying to get this thing with a head of steam going on for this year. And we appreciate you guys coming out and watching and listening and everything like that. And we'll keep trying to get all these things going as best as we can for you guys. Just to get the conversation going, get out the news, and talk about what we love the most.
Yeah.
PlayStation.
Yeah. So if you're new to the podcast, welcome. Very big welcome to you guys. We hope you find this interesting. There are a lot of PlayStation podcasts out there. Really quickly, we delved into it last week, why we're doing this. But if you don't know, we're the Dear PlayStation blog team. Again, you can find us at dearplaystationblog.wordpress.com. Hopefully soon enough, it'll be dearplaystationblog.com.
Yep.
So anyway, this is our podcast where we talk about every week. You can find us every Wednesday or every Thursday and Friday. The reason why we're doing this is because A, we love PlayStation. We love everything about PlayStation. Me and him are big PlayStation fans. Ever since PS1 all the way up to now, the PS4 and the PS Vita. We thought this would be a great idea because, there are a lot of PlayStation blogs out there. There are a lot of opinions out there on PlayStation. But we believe that we can give our own take on PlayStation. One that's not. I know, we're pretty biased on PlayStation, but one that's not completely biased because we are not affiliated in any single way with PlayStation brand, other than our love for it and other than our devices. But also, we're not a news team, or we're not a professional website where we have deadlines and we have stuff like that, what's it called? What's that thing called when?
Quotas?
Yeah, quotas or anything like that. We're not We're not tied down to that stuff.
We are the man.
So we can give you unfiltered, uneducated. No, I'm just kidding.
Uneducated.
Unfiltered and just straightforward and just no BS opinions on PlayStation, our favorite brand in the world. But even though PlayStation is our favorite brand in the world, we'll call it like we see it. If PlayStation's doing a terrible job, we'll let them know. We'll let you guys know. If we have a preview that's completely different from other previews, we'll definitely put that on the website. Whatever you guys want, please let us know. And of course, we'll give what we give. So if you want to just talk about our website or whatever, real quickly, anything that you want to add to that?
Well, I mean, what we've been working on lately, obviously we're just getting things started, but we're trying to get things like reviews of things that have come out, whether it's something recent or something that we played in the past. We're also trying to put together previews of things that are coming up. So if there's anything in particular you kind of want a little more depth on, feel free to shoot us a message at dearplaystationblog@gmail.com, and we'll do our best to look into it for you and get what we can. Just this week we put up something about Freedom Wars, which we'll touch on a little bit later in the podcast, or the blogcast. And then, so we're going to do that stuff. We're also going to do things, we have a section on the website which is for gaming for the greater good. We definitely want to show the world that the gaming community is just a really awesome community of people. So we're going to do things in that regard, such as Extra Life and Play Live. So we'll be having posts and stuff about what's going on there, and holding our own events locally and stuff like that. About games, our love for games and everything, about what we can do as a gaming community for the greater good, and also just whatever's happening in our lives too.
So again, check us out at dearplaystationblog.wordpress.com. We're the Dear PlayStation Blog team. Like I said, really quick plugins. Please follow us on Twitter at Dear PlayStation. You can follow me at John Preze and him at the Howdy Man.
The Woody Man.
The Woody Man. I'm so sorry. The Woody Man. But also follow us. You can email us again with questions. We would love to have user questions at dearplaystationblog at gmail.com, and also follow us on Instagram, dearplaystationblog. All right, so we're gonna get into it. So we have a lot of things this week because one, I just want to say something that we apologize. We didn't get to last week's episode. This is our. It's been 2 weeks since we've had a podcast, and we are very. Sorry, it's okay. Chris's dog just hit the camera a little bit. It's okay.
She's blind.
So
you can't get mad at her, right?
Plus, she's a beautiful dog. Anyway, so we apologize because we missed last week's episode, which is fine. We're hoping to obviously make this a weekly thing, but because life is so busy and this is not our job, and we have just so many things in our lives right now. Yeah, I am. Woo. And but. We just have so many things in our lives, and of course, when it comes down to it, this is our hobby. This is something we're very passionate about. We're gonna obviously give you guys content, and continue to give you guys content. But again, lives get in the way, and we did not get to last week's episode, so we have a double episode for you guys today. Boom! We will be giving you guys last week's news, this week's news, and a little bit of this week's releases and next week's releases, because we are always a week ahead on new releases.
So what do we got for news?
And so we will just get right into it with the news for the week. We'll start with the news for the week. So let's just get right in. Number one, are you ready? Number one, Resident Evil Revelations 2 Complete Season is available for pre-purchase on PlayStation 4 in North America. Anything on that? Anything on Resident Evil at all?
Right now, no. I think the one thing I'm most looking forward to is the remake of the original.
Okay. Yeah.
That's where I am on that.
That looks really good. I'm trying to figure out my levels. Okay. Yeah, of course. We talked about a little bit. Check out last week's episode on SoundCloud at Dear PlayStation Vlog. We talked a little bit about Resident Evil. We're both very excited for Resident Evil the remake, because that is kind of what we grew up with, especially on the PlayStation 1. That what's the word I'm looking for? That momentous?
Yeah.
That momentous moment when you meet your first zombie and its head turns around. Do you remember that?
Absolutely. That dog's coming in through the window.
Yes, that is the moment. Talk about a moment right there. All right, number 2. If you don't have this game, you need to get it. Even though I don't have it, Chris doesn't have it. But Shadow of Mordor adds a photo mode. But the reason why I put that down is because photo mode seems to be like the new thing in
It's
games.
really catching on, yeah. It's
Like,
really catching
I
on.
remember playing. First of all, it came with Infamous. I think Infamous was the first. Infamous Second Son was the first game to do it, and I fell in love with it. But I did not
Last of Us
fall
had it
in love with it more until, of course, The Last of Us had it. Man, I remember playing The Last of Us, and their games. I mean, obviously, I played Last of Us first on PlayStation 3, and so I kind of knew the story already. But when they added photo mode, I fell in love with that because it allowed me to just not only just take a step back from playing The Last of Us, which is just such a wonderful and beautiful game. Probably my favorite game of all time, which is kind of crazy to think because it did come out just recently, maybe two years ago. But it allowed me to take a step back and really enjoy the moment, and not only enjoy the moment, but keep that moment and capture it.
Yeah.
Photo mode is awesome. Fully endorsed photo mode is not for every game, but for those games that are really special.
Yeah, and it's so much more digestible than than trying to get a movie and extract a movie and cut it up so you get just the right moment. Because sometimes a video doesn't really quite do it. You just get that one perfect shot, and then on top of that, and I don't know if the other games do this, but like in Last of Us, you can add all these different effects to it and change it up.
Yeah.
And then the game itself. And it's like it's not just a snapshot of the game, but it's something that you touched up and you kind of tweaked up so that it's your specific memory of that and how you want it to be represented.
No, definitely. Number 4, Sony launches an eSport league on PlayStation 4. Game Reactor reports that Sony confirmed details of the initiative entitled PlayStation Official League at a recent Spanish press event. The competitive league debuts in Spain tomorrow. Call of Duty Ghost and FIFA 15, which both team and individual prizes up for grabs.
That's cool. So it's sports as well as a PS game.
Yeah. So esports.
Yeah. That was one of the things that I was, Microsoft has gotten so much ground because they have these leagues. People play these games competitively, and that's such a big draw. And I don't know. I mean, I was kind of out of gaming for a while, but I never really saw that coming out of the PlayStation camp.
Yeah.
So this is pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. I think they have MLG, which is Major League Gaming, which I think is kind of like this, but this is kind of PlayStation's version of MLG, where I think they want to have really competitive gaming, team-based and individual-based, which I think is great.
Good move.
I think video games does have a future in that kind of industry of mainstream TV. I could definitely see gaming becoming TV based one day, which would kind of be crazy, but I think it could work in the right circumstances.
Yeah, like I mentioned, I was out of gaming for a long time. I mean, years. Like I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years in total. Right? I played a couple things in the middle of all that, but I was not gaming when Twitch was becoming really big and people streaming was becoming such a major thing. And I thought, man, this is crazy. I would never have imagined that people would just like to watch other people game.
Yeah.
And now I get it. I watch people stream now.
You know what it is? You know what it was though?
This is actually really fun.
YouTube changed everything.
Yeah.
Like people putting gameplay videos on YouTube, people putting their face with the gameplay videos and reactions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And now people want it. People want it now. People want it quick. So they have Twitch and streaming websites and stuff like that.
Yeah, I watch. I run some of these at work. Sometimes I'd be on my phone, but it's just.
Hope your boss isn't listening.
Because when you're not able to actually play, you could be watching somebody. You could be learning things about what they're doing. You could be, maybe gleaning some tips and some tips and tricks from what they're doing and tactics or whatever, or you just enjoy the personality. Like one of my favorite guys is Sancho West. I've been watching him play Last of Us, and the dude is just you're hilarious, Sancho. And
follows at Sancho West. I have no idea.
Sancho West is awesome.
Yeah.
Watch his stuff, and he's a PlayStation MVP, really cool guy, and he doesn't do the face cam yet. I think he will, but his commentary is funny. It's entertainment, is what it is. So now you don't just get to consume video games as your own. When you're experiencing it, you can watch it as entertainment through someone else now too.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a really cool thing to witness.
Yeah, most definitely. Cool. Alright, the next piece of news I have for you is the Royal Stockholm Philharmonic performs the Final Fantasy VI soundtrack. I had to put that in there because I think that is so awesome. I mean, we see this all the time. We see a bunch of orchestras play video game music for the gamers, not only because it draws them in, but because of the love of video games. And that's how far video games has come nowadays.
Have you had a chance to catch any of that?
No, I wish. I wanted to go. I remember last year. So we live in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, and there's a place called Wolf Trap nearby. And I remember 2 years ago, it's becoming big with movies. Like I remember Lord of the Rings orchestra was there. Like orchestra played Lord of the Rings, but also there was an orchestra who came there who played video game music from Final Fantasy. And I wanted to go something like that. I wanted to go so bad, but obviously I didn't get the chance to go. But I think that's awesome. I think they're in Europe right now. This Royal Stockholm, Philharmonic.
What do you think the orchestra players think about that? Like when the conductor comes around and he says, "Hey guys, we're gonna play some video game music." Do you think everyone's on board with that idea? You know, you have a couple gamers in there like, F yeah! You know?
No, I don't think they're like that. I just think, I think they appreciate the music. I think when it comes down to it, because to be honest, when it comes down to it, video game music, for selective video games is awesome, phenomenal, man. Even some of the best OSTs I've ever heard in my life. Whether it's movie or soundtrack or video game, it doesn't matter. Like The Last of Us, take that for example. Talk about a game that just came out recently in the past couple years. The Last of Us had probably easily one of the best soundtrack I've ever made, just because.
You made it?
Not I've ever made. Yeah, let me tell you. Whoops, I guess they know my secret. I'm what's his name? No, but it was literally probably one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard that was made just for a video game. Even if it was just for a video game. Like if I put that, I think the best way to figure out whether a soundtrack is good on a video game is put it to like a movie, and if it holds up, it's good.
Well, The Last of Us, of course, is going to work.
Oh yeah, because it's very cinematic. But even Final Fantasy VI or Final Fantasy VII, like you remember Final Fantasy VII's music, right? Like that boss music, like made me want to just go crazy on all those bosses. Like I remember the first boss scene when you fight that big machine in the reactor or whatever, and just like, and I'm just like, what? Amazing.
Now, could you put like Mega Man, Airman onto a movie? Pass that test?
I don't know. Probably. I don't know. It depends.
Try it. Somebody try it.
Someone try it. Put it on like put Mega Man Airman on the notebook. See if it goes through. On the notebook. See if it goes through. If it's good, it's good. All right.
Someone's gonna do it.
But it's awesome that orchestras get to do that.
Yeah, it really is.
We gotta go to a show. Like we gotta go to a show one day. Like hopefully the next one will be in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area soon.
I dig it. If you know some of that are coming, shoot us a message. Let us know.
And also people who like remix freaking video game music to like beats and stuff like that. Like today on podcast Beyond. We listened to Mega Ran. This guy I would have never found unless I listened to like something like podcast Beyond. But this guy was phenomenal. Like if you don't know, Mega Ran is this rapper, artist, hip hop artist who uses the Famicom, aka the NES in North America, to make beats and make music, and he raps. But we listened to him today, and he was phenomenal. So check him out at Mega Ran. Maybe we can get Mega Ran to help us out with our theme music. I think we can do it. I really think we can do it. If we ask him politely, I think he can do it. But anyway, Mega Ran, if you're listening, we're huge fans now. We're checking you out. We're putting a plug for you. So check him out at Mega Ran on Twitter.com, or just Google him. Obviously, he has his services where he gets his music. Number, I don't know what number this is anymore. I lost number. Sorry, this is last week's news if you guys don't know. So check this out. Last week, Destiny's loot cave is now haunted. Apparently, I don't know. I forgot the story already. Do you remember the story?
Well, so I saw it. I'm not much of a loot cave guy, but I saw.
Are you kidding me? Loot cave was awesome.
I don't know.
So I hate that kind of stuff. But first of all, I love Destiny because of the loot. First and foremost, it's all about the loot in Destiny. And when people are exploiting the loot cave, I was all in. First of all, I was like, this is stupid. I'm just shooting at a cave. These monsters keep coming out, just shooting at them.
All the colors and all.
Get all the colors. But it wasn't until like you started getting consistently, and like these drops. Well, not consistently, but it wasn't until like it clicked in my head where like all these you just saw these boop, boop, and I was like,
well, it was.
Whoa.
I don't know. Like I'm just.
Yeah.
I enjoy just playing through it. And you know, like last night I had a really good night. I hadn't been playing for maybe a week or so. Got on, did some of the weeklies before the night turned, or before the weekly timer. No, I'm sorry, this is Monday. Yeah, Monday.
Yeah.
So it was before the weekly timer restarted.
Right.
We knocked out all the weeklies. I came out with
your weeklies, people.
I came out with the Suros regime on a drop. Exotic assault rifle.
Yeah.
On a drop.
Yeah.
I got a legendary chest plate, which I just dumped for the ascended shards, which was awesome. And it was just a really good night for me.
Wait, you can dump legendary what?
Well, not dump it, but break it down.
And you get ascended charge from it?
Yeah. Armor pieces, legendary ones.
No matter what it is?
As long as it's not Queen's Guard stuff.
Okay.
Because they nerfed that.
I need ascended shard so bad. Ascended shard are cracked to me in that game. I need it. I need it.
It's the only way you're gonna get up to the higher.
Look at my veins. They're going crazy for ascended shards.
But yeah, I play it with my friends, and I mean, granted, drops aren't always gonna be anything.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad about drops. I had this conversation yesterday when I was playing Destiny. Destiny is awesome. Yes, it has its faults. Yes, check out. Oh, by the way, check out Chris's review at yourplaystationblog.wordpress.com. You can look at our Destiny review, full review of that game. Anyway, I was having this conversation yesterday. I was like, obviously we're gonna get Destiny talk later because I have some huge news. But the other day I was talking to my cousin. I was like, this is awesome. I love Destiny, but I feel like they nerfed loot drops. Did they nerf loot drops? Because I remember in the beginning of the game, I used to. Were you in my party?
I think so.
Whoa. Anyway, I was talking to people, and I was just like, I feel like they nerfed loot drops because I think part of Destiny, what drew me into the game was the loot drops, and every once in a while, you would get a blue show up, and you knew when that blue showed up that you were like, oh shit. And you would just run to it and get it, right? Even though you knew it dropped, or you would pick it up at the end of the game, even if you didn't pick it up.
Anyway.
Right.
Well, that's the thing. Some people say
it's different nowadays.
Some people were saying, since the drops were like, you could get blues, you could get purples, but you could also get worse quality. When you go to Rohan, whatever his name is.
The Ingram guy.
Yeah, the
Cryptarch guy.
When you go to the Cryptarch, he could make it a worse item.
Yeah.
And so, even though you saw more blues and maybe even purple, you weren't actually getting that.
Yeah, but I feel like I never get any blues. I get some blues, but I never get purples.
Well, I mean, I don't know the numbers of it all, but some people were saying, well, that's actually in line with the way it should have been.
But I guess. Well, I guess I see the other side of the coin where you don't get so many purples, but when you do get that purple, it's supposed to be a special moment. It's supposed to be a special moment, which I understand. And you know what? Whatever's best for the game. I'm really enjoying Destiny. Chris is really enjoying Destiny.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
as far as the haunting goes, what I saw was
the haunting. That's what we're talking about. Yeah.
To the bullet.
Yeah.
They left a pile of bones in the original loot cave, and when you activate, I think the square or whatever it is, there's a voiceover that comes on and says something about the crit part, something about Rohan and how many sacrifices it takes, something.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, the haunting. I thought that was pretty cool. It was a good harken back from Bungie to us players, because that was such a huge thing. It's all over the internet now too. We see so many memes. We see so many memes on it, and I think it's awesome by Bungie. Way to go, Bungie.
It's a cool way to be interactive.
Yeah,
with the players.
Especially because that was such a funny thing to happen in the game. The next update is Drive Club PS Plus Edition is not out yet. Can you believe that? That was 2 weeks ago when we first started talking about that. But the new Drive Club servers update is happening soon, aka that was last week's news, so it did happen. Drive Club said that they're Evolution Studios, I think that's the developer of Drive Club, said that yes, they're having better network problems, or not better network problems, but better network better network connectivity. Yeah, and there are a lot of people getting online, but there's also a lot of people not getting online, and yet we do not see Drive Club PS Plus Edition. So I'm pretty sad because I'm like I said on 2 weeks episode, last episode, I was so excited for Drive Club, but now I don't know anymore.
I got too many other things to play right now.
Yeah, I do too, but it would be awesome to have a car game just to pick up and play. I hope it comes tomorrow because we do have Extra Life on Saturday, and that would be great.
You think they'll drop it?
No, they won't drop tomorrow. They won't drop tomorrow. But hey, one can only hope. And I know there's a lot. Actually, there's a PlayStation. Dear PlayStation, there's a lot of people looking forward to that PS Plus edition. Not because they're cheap, and not because they don't want to buy it, but because they're intrigued by it, and because I think that Drive Club and Evolution Studios really missed a mark of having their game out for free and getting players a taste of that game. And I think they lost them. Honestly, they lost on like probably hundreds and thousands of sales.
Yeah, a lot of the reviews of the game
weren't bad.
Pretty favorable.
Yeah, weren't bad.
Unfortunately, it's just not.
I would love to review that game, but you know what? It's not out. So,
dear PlayStation, release the damn game.
Yes, dear PlayStation, please release the game on PS Plus, the PS Plus edition. Because yes, I will review the PS Plus. One of us will. One of us will probably review the PS Plus edition. And if it's good enough, hey, I would have bought it. But you know what? It's not out yet. So we will move on because you don't deserve our time. Anyway, no, I'm just kidding. Do what you can. Evolution Studios, we're with you. I mean, when it comes down to it, we understand that when you want your game to be the best it could be. Because that's why I don't mind delays on games sometimes.
It's disappointing.
It is.
But of course, we as the players, even though they'll put out a press release or whatever, statements or whatever, we never really get the whole picture. You know what I mean? It's kind of like trying to understand everything that the government does. That's you know what I mean? It's like there's so much behind the veil.
Yeah.
We're just never gonna know. A lot of it's just not gonna make sense.
Yeah, no. I mean, delays are good because a better game comes out. Like
that's the hope.
Hopefully. I don't know what happened to Alien Colonial Marines. Anyway, so better games come out, right? But I think Drive Club is a little bit different because they promised that game a year ago at launch, and it didn't come out until this October. And now the PS Plus edition is delayed. So, you know what? We'll play that game when we play that game. I will not buy that game because I know it's out right now and I know it's having problems. Speaking of problems, like I don't buy games. There's a lot of games that I wait on. If I know it's gonna be awesome, like The Last of Us, I'll buy it day one. But if there's a game I'm on the fence on, I'll wait for the reviews or I'll wait for the problems. Especially server problems, like that's just a huge thing not to have on day one.
Well, Destiny has. Well, it started out okay.
Really? Destiny's fine with me.
It started out okay, and then I hit a little bit of snags with it, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Especially for the volume.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Destiny, what do you want next? Destiny or another delay? Because they're kind of both on the same boat.
Wait, what?
What do you want next for the news? Delay or Destiny?
No. We got a couple more. Here.
No. So, Destiny. Actually, let's just go with the delay. Speaking of another delay, Hotline Miami 2 delayed till May.
That's
delayed till May 2015.
May, man, that's disappointing.
I think that's right. Delayed May, not launch. Oh yeah, Hotline Miami 2 delayed May. It's not launched, but 2015. So that sucks because
it's not necessarily May.
Hotline
We're not saying May.
Miami #1 was one of the best games I played when it came out. It was so good. Did you ever play Hotline Miami?
Yeah. Well,
did you beat it?
Yeah. But
wasn't it amazing?
Yeah. So my friend was like, I'm stuck in this game, Hotline Miami. No. And I was like, I looked at it and I saw all the graphics there. And I was like, seriously?
Yeah. I was exactly the same way.
Like, I don't know if I'm feeling this right now.
It kind of came out at that time where a lot of pixel art was coming out and it was starting to get popular. Because I remember when pixel art was a big thing in the indie business, especially with new games coming out. And I was like, I wasn't an adopter. I was like, this is weird. Why are we going back in time? This is 2013 or 2012, whenever it came out. But Hotline Miami, perfect for that.
Yeah, I was like, I'll just give it a shot because I trust the guy. I trust my friend. And I started playing it, and I got a feel for what it was all about. And I was like, I am I'm hooked on this. Because you go into the stage, you're like, all right, I'm going to run it left, I'm going to hit this dude, I'm going to go over here, get this gun, I'm going to shoot these fools over here. It's like, you have to figure the level out so perfectly, because one little screw up, and it's over.
And you start the mission, or you start the level from the very beginning, so it doesn't matter how far you get. Once you die, you start from the very beginning. And I loved it because it was so fair. Talk about a game that's hard but fair at the same time. Almost like Demon Souls and Dark Souls. Where you just... The game teaches you through gameplay. Through level design. And I thought that was so perfect. And even the story of the game, it didn't really have much of a story. But when you really went in depth with the story... it's really good. Have you ever saw those videos of they talked about the story and breaking down the story?
I have not, but I think I will now.
Dude, it's amazing. So, spoiler, I don't care. It's that game's so old. So Hotline Miami is kind of about you meet these guys with the mask and throughout the game. They're like, what are you doing? Anyway, those are supposed to be his consciousness telling him basically, the game is a game within a game. So it's at the end, it's quote me, I might get this wrong, but it was basically story doesn't matter. The developers wanted to prove to the gamers that story doesn't matter. It is all about gameplay. Nothing, story adds to the content, but when it comes down to it, a game is a game because of the gameplay. So I thought it was brilliant, just absolutely brilliant. And I'm really sad for Hotline Miami 2. Did you see in Hotline Miami 2 you can dual wield and shoot different directions at the same time? So sick! I can't wait, man. I can't wait.
I can't wait anything about it yet, but I was definitely gonna play it.
Oh man, I can't wait. Hotline Miami 2. Please be a PS Plus game when it comes out. Yeah, that'd be awesome because a lot of indie games are doing that.
Might be a few months down the road.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll buy it no matter what. I want to support these developers.
Yeah,
they're awesome. So, Sony announces 2-day PlayStation Experience event in Las Vegas, I think it's December 7th through the 9th. Don't quote me on that, but
I would love to go. As soon as I saw it, I was like, man.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, Chris, you want to go?
My parents live there.
You know how it would be. You know how awesome it would be to just me and you go and cover that event as press.
Next time.
I guarantee you, dude. If we did it, we would have got press tags.
What?
Oh yeah. Honestly, I think we're coming up into a month. I think we can start asking for review copies. Honestly, because I know a lot of YouTubes that are brand new and they get review copies. It just takes a simple email and hopefully they look at our credentials and it only just takes one thought of hey, these guys could be good to give a review copy. Because honestly, it just takes. Honestly, I think with the review copies, if you get review copies, and I'm totally butchering this, I'm so sorry, but this is just me thinking in my own head. So, dear PlayStation,
butcher him.
Dear PlayStation, bring us review copies. But I think honestly, it just takes one developer, one publisher to just say, you know what, these guys, they're not bad. They've got a couple articles, and the press wouldn't hurt even more. So here you go.
I think it's worth a shot.
Yeah.
But either way,
I think by December, we can start asking for review copies.
Did you
even
hear,
for small developers? What's up?
Did you hear there are rumors they may be announcing something new there
at PlayStation? Yes.
Yep.
I did see that. Yeah.
And everyone's trying to guess at what it might be.
Uncharted 4. I just want to see Uncharted 4 more Uncharted 4 stuff.
Well, the cool thing about the event, God, I wish we could go, but it's player focused.
Next year, right?
Yeah.
We're planning on it.
Assuming they do it again.
Actually, we want to have a dual honeymoon. So we should just be we should just
How do we get on that?
No, I'm just kidding. No, we should
we'll find out where they're having it, and then we'll plan the honeymoon.
It's probably Las Vegas. It's going to be Vegas every year. Because do you think California has E3, Seattle has PAX, San Diego has Comic-Con.
Then it should be on the East Coast somewhere.
I know. Well, New York Comic-Con.
Dear PlayStation, move it to the East Coast.
Yeah, move your PlayStation event to New York City, and we will be going. It'll be awesome.
Yeah, it's a player-focused event, so it's not there for for all the press.
It's a community event.
It's about the players. It's about the community. So, if you're out in in the area around Vegas, or if you can make it out to Vegas,
6 and
go
7.
check it out.
6 and 7. That's what it is.
December 6th and 7th. Go check it out and let us know what your experience was. We'd love to hear about it. Unfortunately, we can't make it, but
yeah.
You know?
I was thinking about it. That would be so awesome.
We'll
I
be
mean,
checking
that
out
would be great.
things.
I think hopefully this Dear PlayStation blog thing continues, even if it doesn't make any money. Who cares? This is for us, and this is for what we want to do. Again, we love PlayStation. We're not looking. We're not. Our goal is not to get money. You know, that would be great. But also, our goal is just to give our opinions and our ideas on PlayStation, because honestly, we love this. We care. We love and we care about this platform, and so it would be awesome to go there one day and cover it. I think it would be awesome.
We'll make it.
I think so. All right.
What we got?
Yeah. So I know. Like I said, we missed a couple weeks episode, and so I want to talk about the best-selling. Oh, actually, we missed one. Destiny averages 3.2 million players per day. Really quickly. That's
insane.
Amazing. That's nuts.
That's a lot.
That is nuts.
That's like a small country.
Wow.
All
I think that's New York City. No, New York City's like 30 million.
playing
Yeah.
Destiny.
That's crazy. 3.2 million players.
Or during the day.
That's crazy. So, the September 2014's best-selling PSN games.
Hit me.
Because we were kind of late, I wanted to go through it. MPDs don't come out till the middle of the month, and we missed that last week. So, number 1, Destiny, of course. Number 2, Minecraft, PlayStation 4 edition. I'm gonna get this guy to play Minecraft PlayStation 4. Guess what? I bought it. I finally bought it. I bought it. Did I tell you that? I didn't think I'd tell you that. I bought it. I will review it. I'm gonna review it soon. I'll be playing it on Twitch on Friday/Saturday morning, night.
I see.
For Extra Life, I'll be playing it for a couple hours, or for an hour.
I see a little pixelated monster.
Dude,
I'm like, nope.
It's gonna be amazing. I know it, dude. It's gonna be so good. You know what? It's weird because I hated Minecraft when it first came out because of the hype. Because everyone was like, "Yo, Minecraft is awesome," and I've waited like, I think that game's like 3 or 4 years old now or something. It's really old. But they keep updating for every console. And I was like, you know what? PlayStation 4, finally got it. Boom, I'm gonna get it. And it's only $20. Can you believe that? Minecraft 4 on PlayStation 4. On Minecraft 4? Wow. That's like, what?
There's $20 in a Microsoft's pocket, man.
You're right. No, I don't care. Mojang, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I support Mojang. Whatever, Microsoft. If you don't know, Microsoft did buy Mojang. So I guess Microsoft owns Minecraft's IP, but I think it's really cool that they're still allowing it to come to the PlayStation platforms.
I'm sure they're like, you can't pull these releases.
Yeah, and if you don't know, Minecraft is on the beta, so. Ting! All right, number 3, FIFA 15. 4, Middle Earth, Shadow of Mordor. 5, Infamous First Light. 6, Madden. 7, NHL. 8, Diablo 3, 9, Last of Us. Last of Us still in the top 10. It's kind of awesome.
10, wow.
Number 10,
Tomb Raider.
My brother makes fun of me all the time. I pronounce Tomb Raider bad all the time.
Raid the tomes.
I don't know. Ever since I was younger,
What does that look
when
like?
I first
Jumping in the books, like, tearing out book pages.
Yeah, I remember when I was so young, and that game came out on the PlayStation 1. Remember that? Ever since I was like, that's how I pronounce it. Ever since I was young, and so when that game came out last year, the remake, right? I kept pronouncing it the same way. My brother was like looking at me weird, and I was like, "What the hell?" And so,
Dear PlayStation, make a copy
just like Lara. Her name's Lara, but if you're a hardcore PlayStation fan, her name ever since you were a kid was Laura. I don't give a damn. I'm not changing that one. I'll change Tome to Tomb, but I'll never change Laura to Lara.
Dear PlayStation, screw this exclusivity stuff. Make Tomb Raider and release it.
Make it Nathan Drake's sister. Nathan Drake's sister, Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider.
Alright, so number 12, R11, Surgeon Simulator. 12, Plants vs. Zombies.
Did you
13.
play Surgeon Simulator?
I don't want to play that game. That doesn't look like my game. Other than
I was watching some old Twitch videos on it. I was like, that shit is hilarious. Because I think you have to play with the move, right?
No. You can play the controller, yeah.
Oh, but it still has motion. It's motion though.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like just weird.
But that's what makes it so funny.
Have you played Octodad?
No. I have
Dude,
not.
that game is awesome and it's hilarious. I like that game.
He's
So
like
we'll
trying
see.
to stab the guy in the eyeball trying to play.
I know, it's crazy.
It's pretty fun.
Plants vs. Zombies, 13 Outlast, 14 Trials, 15 EA, Sports, UFC, 16 Murdered Soul Suspects, 17 Metro Redux. I really want to get that game still. 18 Golf Club, 19 Infamous, Second Son, and rounding at the top 20, Battlefield 4, which is kind of crazy that's still in the top 20. But people love their first-person shooters. I guess Battlefield's still in there. Really quickly, just for fun and giggles, top Vita games for September were Sword Art Online,
I still have
Don't Starve, Need for Speed Most Wanted, Danganronpa 2, and 5 Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate. Is it? I have a question for you. You love Dynasty Warriors. Is it Samurai Warriors and Warriors Orochi kind of the same game as them?
They're all essentially the same thing, but the players you use are different.
What? Did you get? How come you didn't get the Samurai Warriors for the PlayStation 4?
The Samurai Warriors 4?
Yeah.
I saw every time I
see it. Are you
gonna
get it, dude?
No.
Dude, what if it's like cheap? So cheap? Well, you don't buy Samurai Warriors 4 to play every single day. You get it to just play every once in a while for like if you're like if you come back home from a bad day from work or something.
I can still jump into.
That's your
like,
game,
Dynasty
bro.
Warriors 6,
That's your game, bro. What if they come out? What will be the next Dynasty Warriors in the?
I think it's 7.
If Dynasty Warriors 7 tomorrow came out on PlayStation 4 with updated graphics, would you get it?
No. It is on PlayStation 4.
He loves that game, man.
It is on PlayStation 4.
F Dynasty Warriors, bro.
They keep adding guys. Now they're pulling like Chinese dudes out of the woodwork and sticking them in the game. You got like Uncle Chen is now in the game as a playable character. You know what I mean?
That's hilarious. Nice.
I don't know. There's just something about it.
Yeah. But you love the gameplay though. You love the gameplay. When it comes down to it, gameplay.
It's a lot more fun with a friend though. And then the other cool thing is, especially now with all the different weapons that they've thrown in and how you can use them, like there's a component where you have to meet certain conditions to actually get certain weapons. So now there's like a loot aspect to it, and that came in several editions ago.
Oh man, Dynasty Warriors, man, get on that if you're not on that. So that's pretty much it. I think that's it for last week's. Let's just run through. This week's news really quickly. Sale of the Dead is happening right now. Halloween is right around the corner, and that means it's time to start picking out your favorite costume and carving out pumpkins. Oh, it means that it's time for Sale of the Dead on PlayStation Store. We have two things about this. One, did you see it's the same font as Sunset Overdrive on the Xbox One? I thought that was hilarious. What do you think about that? Funny?
I think it's
Do you think they're copying, or do you think they're copying on purpose? Well, of course they're copying on purpose. They have to be. But do you think they were kind of like giving? I don't know. I don't want to say advertisement to that game because I don't think that's what it was. But I think they were kind of making fun of it a little bit, just because one, that game's not on PlayStation, but also because I don't know. Maybe they thought it would be funny.
I don't know.
And then of course Sunset Overdrive, Insomniac Games, who have made Ratchet and Clank, and Resistance. Oh, Resistance.
And Time Splitters. I want another Time Splitters. God, I love that game.
I played on PlayStation 2. What'd you play it on?
Man.
I played on PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot. 4-player co-op on that game. It was so fun.
I love that game.
Remember the days of 4-player co-op? Those days are way over. Way over.
No, they're not.
A couple games you can get. Let's see. You can get Dead Nation, Dead Space 2, Demon Souls. I've been meaning to go back to play that game. Demon Souls is one of my favorite games of all time. Plant vs. Zombies, Outlast, Catherine is awesome. You play Catherine?
No, but my friend let me borrow it. So I just haven't actually played it yet.
Puppeteer, I want to play. I want to go back and play. Just a bunch of scary games, basically, like that had been on the PlayStation platform. So that's good. Guys, the last thing we were talking about was I think that's
you just finished with the Drive
Club, right?
Yeah.
Dear PlayStation, please bring Drive Club PS Plus Edition on PlayStation. PS4 Destiny team up to dominate US sale charts. It's still number one. I think at this moment, the number one selling game at this moment.
Well, did you hear all the caveats? So it's by itself at retail.
Yes, I did hear
on
the
Xbox, but that doesn't include
the bundles.
Yep. And I'm not even sure about digital. But
digital, yeah, it doesn't. NPDs, I don't think ever do digital, but that's cool. It did sell better on Xbox One, but I think PlayStation 4 was triple. It sold a triple
The hardware.
The hardware,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
Yep.
I love everyone buying PS4. That's so great. It's
really
so great.
Really exciting.
That means more people
Great
to play
time
with.
to be
That
a
means
gamer.
more people to play
Great
with.
time
That's
to
all
be
that
a gamer.
matters to me.
Make some friends.
Yeah.
Make some friends.
Yeah. We went over this, but PlayStation copied Sunset Overdrive's font, which is kind of funny.
I can't tell if there's anything behind that, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
That'd be a good story to do one day. And it got leaked today. Dev says Binding of Isaac Rebirth is one of the PS Plus PS4 games for November.
Really?
So that's kind of cool. I never got to play Binding of Isaac when it first came out back on the Xbox 360. And I think it came out on PlayStation 3 and eventually came to PS Vita. Or it's coming to PS Vita. But and obviously it came out on PC first. But the only thing I remember from the Binding of Isaac was that I saw a documentary on Netflix about gaming. Have you seen that one? It was Fez, the Fez.
Yeah, I saw that.
Phil Fish indie game, and he was on that. The guy who made Binding of Isaac. He was on. Check out that movie, and you'll know you kind of notice things that you don't notice for the first time. So, if that's one of the games, hopefully, I really hope that they'll bring like a AAA game to one of the PS Plus because it's been a while now. I think the last AAA game. Actually, have they ever released a AAA game on the PS Plus for PlayStation 4 yet?
Oh, for PS4.
Yeah. Not yet. Everything's kind of been indie. I mean, Resogun's probably the closest.
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm not sure.
Because I know Outlast was on there, but that's still indie.
That's not quite AAA yet.
Yeah. Anyway, so maybe they'll bring up a AAA game this time. Maybe Killzone Shadowfall. I want that. That would be cool. Or Tomb Raider would be cool. Tomb Raider. Jeez Louise. Tomb Raider would be cool. So, anyway, that's it for the news. Oh, sorry. You want to go through the new releases last week and this week? You have last week's and
last week's.
So well, actually, just say what's on PS Plus so people know if they don't.
So for the month of October, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Your PS Plus. Oh, Drive Club's on this list. It shouldn't even be there. Your PS Plus released or your free games should have been Drive Club, but not sorry.
Nope.
Dust, which I haven't played yet, but I do have. I downloaded.
Yeah,
Spelunky.
I'm excited. I heard good words about that.
Spelunky is also a free game for you. PS
Spelunky, play it. I played it. It's good.
Ass-kickingly hard, apparently.
Yeah, hard.
Batman. What kind of?
Arkham Asylum, the first one, because Arkham City was I think last month's game or a couple months' game.
So the first Batman, Dungeons and Dragons. This is old school arcade.
Yeah, something like that. No, don't put that.
No,
Dungeons and Dragons.
Play that in the arcade?
Dude, no.
Are you serious?
D&D? No.
What?
Not ever.
What?
I'm nerd, but I'm not that nerd.
This is like side-scrolling.
Alright, I'll check it out.
action.
Should I download it?
Yeah, it's free. What? Why not?
I have gigabyte storage, okay? And it's getting down with all these PlayStation Plus games.
And so we're not clarifying what platforms these are on either. But
yeah, but if you're a PlayStation, if you're listening to this right now, you're a hardcore PlayStation fan, and you know what we're talking about. But Google it if you don't.
After that, we have Pix the Cat.
Yo, Pix the Cat. Play that game. I played that game for like hours and hours now. I think I've played for that game for like 4 or 5 hours now, which is crazy. But that game is so good. I'm not lying to you. So if you ever played Snake, remember Snake back in the day? I think it was Snake and Pac-Man put together. You kind of have to get these eggs, right? So after you get all the eggs on the level,
cats eat eggs.
yeah. So after you get all the eggs on the level, you put them in these circles. You have to, but there's a way you have to do it like in an order, because if you don't do an order, then you get seconds off your time, and you also don't get bonuses. One, it's a freaking high-scoring chasing game, which is awesome, and two, it's kind of like Snake and Pac-Man put together. And if you have any interest in those games, it's good. But it's also just really accessible. I think anyone could play it. I let my fiance play it on the other day, and she understood it and she got it. Yeah, it was a little over her head, which is kind of crazy.
That's for all current consoles, right?
Yeah, all current consoles: PS Vita, PlayStation 3, and PlayStation 4. But no, dude, check out. It's free, like you were saying, dude. Check it out, dude. It's awesome. It's a good game just to like kill the time. I have 10 minutes on this bus drive. I'll do it right now. It's like an iPhone. It's pretty much like an iPhone game. So I fully endorse that game. DPB. enforces that game on you. So check it out. Check it out.
Last thing on the list for the PS Plus
Rainbow
is
Moon.
Rainbow Moon.
Rainbow Moon. Yo, Rainbow Moon. I still haven't started yet, but I'm excited
I've
to
been
start
wanting to start it, but I got myself into Rogue Legacy, and now I'm stuck on that one.
Yeah, Rogue Legacy is dope. All right, to next week.
Next week or
no.
quick recap. All right, quick recap of your new PlayStation games for this week. We're gonna run through this list real fast. We have Escape Go 2, which is on PS4 for digital.
This came out yesterday.
Figure out what that is.
Or 2 days ago, Tuesday.
F1 2014, PS3 digital and retail copies. Fluster Cluck for PS4.
Don't mess up that.
I didn't. I got it. Just Dance 2015, PS4, PS3 digital and retail. Legend of Korra game for PS4 and PS3.
So excited for that
digital. Need for Speed Rivals Complete Edition, PS4, PS3 and on retail. Race the Sun, which is a 3-way cross-buy all platforms, PS4, 3, and Vita. Which is, you know what that's about?
What?
Race the Sun?
Yeah, it's endless run. I was like, I was racing, and then I was like, oh, the sun, it's so blinding. No, so Race the Sun is, I think it's almost like an endless runner game, kind of like Temple Run.
Okay.
But you're racing towards the sun, obviously, because the sun is what gives you energy to drive, and so you're racing kind of towards the horizon, which is, if you think about it, the horizon is always endless because you'll never get to it.
Going, yeah.
So, yeah. That's
cool.
Next
we have Samurai Warriors 4.
Yes, that's his game!
4, 3, and Vita, digital and PS4 retail only. Shadow Warrior, which is...
Can you read the description of that game? I have no idea what that game is. I'm so confused.
I think it was originally a PC game. It's an FPS game, and I'll read the description.
Yeah.
So you have it on PS4 digital and retail. Description is as follows. Shadow Warrior is a reimagining of the cult classic FPS from developer Flying Wild Hog and Devolver Digital, blending the viciously over-the-top gunplay of its predecessor with the elegant precision of the powerful katana. Shadow Warrior is an imaginative take on the classic arcade-style shooter. So
I don't understand. Is that
it's
third person?
That's
FPS.
Yeah, FPS. Okay. You have FPS shooter, plus you also have like melee katana.
Cool.
Asian settings, you're hacking up Chinese,
cool.
Asian guys, whatever. And then you have The Voice, PS3 digital and retail. I'm not even sure how that works.
Yeah, I don't care. Who cares?
And then to wrap it all up for the past week is The Walking Dead Season 2, PS4 digital and retail.
I bought Season 1 last week. I'm so excited to get Season 2 because I never got to it on the PlayStation 3, even though I beat it on PlayStation.
I'm going to have my wife play Season 2 with me.
Yeah.
So she can help.
But you have to beat PlayStation, you have to beat the first one though.
Well, I did.
On PS4?
No, on Vita.
Because
try it again.
See if it transfers. Because you want your Clementine to be your Clementine in Season 2. You know what I mean? You want your decisions to be your decisions.
Or maybe we'll get both, and then
get both. They're $30.
She could be our Clementine.
There you go.
We'll make decisions.
I'm gonna beat number 1. Actually, I'm playing it this Saturday, this Friday, on Twitch for Extra Life Gaming Charity. Check it out. We'll talk about that later. But I will be playing Season 1.
I'm really excited to play Season 2 though.
Yeah.
Fantastic game series. If you haven't tried it, please.
Yeah, it's so good. And the show's good. Everything Walking Dead, except for that game that came out with Daryl and Merle. Don't get that game. Remember that game, the FPS?
I don't even remember that game.
Okay, don't exactly. All right.
I'm such a big fan. I have Walking Dead board games right here under my copy.
Show them.
Both good. Well, actually, I haven't played the Risk.
This looks awesome.
This looks pretty good.
See this. The Walking Dead board game, best defense.
Best defense.
We gotta play that game. That game looks awesome.
We'll talk about that another time.
Board games.
But TV show is fantastic. If you can, for the love of God, read the comic books. They're better than the TV show. That's all I'm saying.
But TV show's pretty damn good, though.
That's what I'm saying. The comic is better.
That's crazy. That's crazy to think about. I need to read them, apparently.
The comic is better.
So, anyway.
You all know what I'm talking about. You readers know what I'm talking about.
Going to this week. Really quickly.
What do we got? Coming out for next week's on PlayStation. I don't have all the details for consoles or retail versions, but here's your list. Lords of the Fallen.
Do you know about that game?
I actually do not.
It's supposed to be some is it third-person action-adventure game?
I don't know. I kept seeing the name pop up, but I don't know anything about it. Okay. NBA Live 15. Freedom Wars, which is, I do know, PS Vita game. You can pre-order. This guy's excited. You can pre-order retail copies, or you can wait till the day of launch and then get it digital.
Guys, check out our preview on Dear PlayStation Blog. .wordpress.com. We did a preview today, me and Chris, together.
Yep.
on that game, why we're excited. We'll be talking about that game in like a minute. Go.
We also have Tiny Troopers.
Joint.
This is joint off.
Sorry.
Nice. Notes are flawless. Chivalry, medieval warfare.
You ever see that game?
Yeah.
You saw it on YouTube?
Yeah.
It's so funny.
I could probably play that.
So funny. Dude, actually, like, on my, so I made up my list today for, actually, just keep going, I'll tell you, okay, I'm gonna...
We have, MX versus ATV Supercross, TMNT, Danger of the Ooze, and then last but not least, WWE 2K15.
Nice. So, like I was saying, I made up my schedule. I think my schedule for, Extra Life.
Yeah, why don't you tell people?
Yeah, so I know I was going to do it. Yeah. So Extra Life is a gaming charity that me and Chris are doing as a Dear PlayStation vlog this Friday and Saturday.
And we have two new team members.
And we have two new team members. Phil and Brian, shout out to you guys. Thank you for joining the Dear PlayStation vlog.
You guys rock.
We are halfway to our goal, which is just so awesome. And we thank everybody who donated and joined in our cause and in the Extra Life charity cause, and we thank you guys so much. Honestly, words can't speak enough.
This is something we want to be doing with every annual official day, but also other events throughout the year. So keep an eye on what we're doing with Gaming for the Greater Good. We'll be doing some local stuff and just putting teams together to raise some funds for the kids.
Yeah, it's definitely not too late. Go to extralife.com. Check out the Dear PlayStation blog team. If you want to donate, please donate. What's up?
Extra-life.org.
Extra-life.org/Dear PlayStation blog, or just look for us on Dear PlayStation blog team. We're a team on there. Donate if you want. Please donate to us, and please consider joining us because we will be gaming for 24 hours straight. I'll only be gaming for 12 hours because that's what I can do.
You're gonna renege on
but
that right away.
Dude, what?
You're gonna renege on that right away.
I have to because I have to. You have to do what you can do.
You have a good excuse.
Because every single minute, every single dollar counts. It doesn't matter if you're gaming for 24 hours. It doesn't matter if you're gaming for an hour. Literally, these kids need us.
He's going to a different fundraiser. So.
Yeah, I'm going to a different fundraiser that also helps with kids.
Legit excuse.
And so I'm very excited for both of those. But yes, I'll be gaming for 12 hours, actually from 7 p.m. Friday night to 7 a.m. Saturday morning, where my boy Chris will pick up where I left off and go from 8 a.m. or 7 to 8 a.m.
7 or 8 a.m. on Saturday.
To
I'm gonna roll through. I'm gonna make the shot at 24 hours.
Nice. So you know what? Regardless of how many hours we do, the Dear PlayStation blog team will be gaming for 24 hours straight.
You got that right.
So I made up my schedule today.
What does your list look like?
I haven't fully figured out, but I made my rough draft list. So my Extra Life schedule. Well, you can catch me on Twitch. I'll be streaming all the time, all 12 hours. On
the blog.
On the blog. We're gonna have a blog with our links of our streaming channels. Basically, you can follow us at Twitch /Dear PlayStation blog or at Twitch /John or Agent I0I or at Twitch the Wody Man.
The Wody Man.
So check it out. I haven't figured out all the games, but 7 p.m. This is my schedule. So if you guys are listening to it or watching it on YouTube, you get a kind of a sneak peek of what I'm going to be doing on Friday night and Saturday morning. So 7 p.m. I'm going to do intros. I'm going to talk about Dear PlayStation blog real fast before I get into gaming. I'm going to start right at 7 p.m., do my intros, do why we're doing this, why it matters to me, why it matters to the Dear PlayStation blog team, and of course talk about the blog and kind of give you a plug there.
What's your first game?
So, first game, random games number 1 and number 2. Basically what I'm going to do on the PlayStation 4, I'm going to go through all my folders and I'm just going to scroll with my eyes closed, scroll back and forth until I hit a game. That's going to be game number 1. I'm going to do that for 30 freaking minutes. After that, I'm going to do random game number 2, scroll back and forth. I'm going to do that for another 30 minutes. That'll be the first hour. It doesn't matter what game it is. It actually has to be a PSN game, so it has to be a disc-less based game. So I'm going to do that for the first hour. So find out on Friday night or Friday night at 7 p.m. what those 2 games are going to be.
All right.
After that, doing some Last of Us multiplayer at 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
8 p.m. So join me if you guys want to play with me. The Last of Us, one of the greatest games of all time, multiplayer. At 9 p.m. Gonna play some Destiny from 9 p.m. to 12 a.m.
Nice.
And I'm finally gonna do the Vault of Glass.
Did you get
I've
6?
decided. I don't have 6 yet, but hopefully I'll get 6.
Okay.
What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna look at my friends' network and whoever's there. I'm just gonna set mass invite. So I'm finally gonna do the Vault of Glass. My goal is not to beat it, but to just get an intro to it. Hopefully I can beat it in like 4 hours, but I heard that's impossible.
That's
but,
not impossible.
But we'll see. At 1 a.m. This is after Vault of Glass. Fun random games 3 and 4. Same thing. Gonna scroll back and forth for 30 minutes. Scroll back and forth for 30 minutes. Pick out, or I can pick out of a hat. I think that'd be cool too. 2 a.m. PS3 mystery game. Find out. I'm not gonna tell you what game I'm gonna be playing, but it's gonna be on the PlayStation 3. So find out on Twitch. It's a mystery game. 3 a.m. I have a scary game for you guys. Find out at that time because 3 a.m. is quote unquote the devil's hour. So I will be playing a scary game at that time with camera so you can see my reactions.
You have night vision too.
I hope so. And 4 a.m. I'm finally gonna play Minecraft on the PlayStation 4. 5 a.m. playing Walking Dead, and 6 and 7 a.m. I still haven't figured that out, but I'll be finishing strong, I'm sure, with the PlayStation 4 game. So that's my schedule for those. But that's obviously a rough draft, so I think that sounds cool.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
So
I don't quite have a schedule.
yeah, I don't think you have to have a schedule, but I think for me, I have to have a schedule because if I don't have a schedule, I think that's when it can be dangerous of me falling asleep and just not having something to do. I think the most dangerous times for me are my Vita times because I need to be. I can't go to bed with my Vita.
Yeah.
Like if I go to bed with my Vita around like I'm passing out. So I need to have my Vita like in a chair. I'm planning to get like Red Bulls and coffee and stuff like that.
Well, I read a lot of things about it, and they said if the healthier you eat that day, the better it is for your energy.
I'm gonna sleep before. As soon as I get home, I'm sleeping before. Are you gonna sleep at all that before?
Yeah,
you're gonna get a nice rest, sleep and stuff like that.
Rest.
I mean, yours is from what 7
7 to 7.
7 to 7.
Or 7 or 8.
So that like that danger zone for you would be like 1 a.m.
Well, you know, it's funny. Like it's easy to play games for so long, but 24 hours is a long freaking time.
But for the kids, right? For the kids, we got you kids.
Like, you're like, yeah, I can play, but you know, when you hit past like 8 hours or something like that, it's like, all right, I'm getting tired of shit right now.
Yeah.
So,
No. Yeah.
But I'm gonna be. I'll be starting around 7 or 8. I don't have. I'm gonna choose the games kind of based on. Like if there's people on playing Destiny, I'm gonna want to be in there playing Destiny with them and take advantage of that opportunity. But I'll be playing Destiny even within.
Maybe I'll see you on there, man.
Yeah, I'll
I know that you want to play for 24 hours straight, but if you can get on any time that I'm on, that would be great.
I'll try.
It would be cool.
Some Vita games like Rogue Legacy, maybe Terraria, but yeah, stuff like that. I'm gonna keep it to a pretty small list of things, I think, because I'll be playing for most of the day. During the day, during like the first 12 hours, I'll probably be playing solo, like as in here in my house solo.
I think that's for me. It's the opposite. For me, I'll be playing multiplayer heavy in the beginning with all my friends who are going to be on during that time, and towards like the middle of the night, towards the end, I'll be playing solo.
Yeah, because after around 7 at night, my brother-in-law's gonna come over. And
Nice. Oh, he's coming over.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Nice, man. Maybe I'll come through during that time. We'll see.
Yeah, afterwards.
Do some extra hours.
Yeah,
after mine. Yeah, after I get some, I'm gonna go to sleep a little bit because I got an event. In the afternoon, but I still have some time.
We'll be here.
Yeah, cool. All right, so Destiny, of course. Let's just really quickly because our time's running short. We have to go pretty soon, but I'm still having fun playing Destiny. There's so many. I know a lot of people who have problems with the game and kind of getting burnt out around this time, but I'm loving it. And I think the best part for me about Destiny is I'm playing with my friends, I'm playing with my cousin, I'm playing with my brothers. I'm not getting burned out by that part. I farmed today, and I was a little bit bored, and I can see someone doing that for a prolonged period of time and getting burnt out. But for me, as long as my brothers, my cousins, my friends, Chris is on, I don't care, man. I'm playing. I see all my friends playing, like probably 10 to 13 people of my playlist are playing Destiny.
There's always something. And just Phil, one of our new team members, he just picked up the game. So I'm like, dude, we got a new guy, so we can help him out with all these things. We can run these missions with him. We can run him through strikes. and run him through nightlies and weeklies and all that jazz and get him up there really quickly.
Yeah.
So
No,
he
it's
can start
easy.
Participating.
Yeah.
And it's exciting, even though it's the same stuff. It's just doing it with your friends there. Is all the experience. You know, that's really what it is.
Cool.
So.
Yeah.